at the toppest? That's not a word. We're at the highest viewpoint in Tbilisi city right now. We have arrived in our next destination. We flew about 3 and a bit hours from Ukraine and now we are in Georgia, which we are so excited about. It's our first morning now in Georgia. We've got a proper day where we're going to go and explore the old city of Tbilisi. We've got ourselves some Georgian bread and inside it's stuffed with beans. Yeah, so we're going to have some to fill us up from a very small breakfast. To get around Tbilisi, we've got ourselves one of these. It's a travel card. You pay 2 lari for it and then you top it up with money, and each journey you take is 0.5 lari, and that's whether you're on the underground or on the bus system, and that's super cheap as well, so it's really good. At the moment we're having to stop once every 1 or 2 minutes because if there's something that Danny's obsessed with, there's 2 things that Danny's obsessed with. It's communism and the former Soviet Eastern Bloc and balconies, and at the moment we're surrounded by both, so we are stopping quite a lot to admire. The cable car station is here and it should only cost us 250 lari to go up, 2.5 that is, and apparently the journey up is just over 2 minutes.
Я не помню.
Ну мы вчера приехали, было очень ветрено, и они просто стояли.
Я не помню, я здесь ни разу не каталась, здесь страшно ужасно.
Я
Были
боюсь
случаи.
Took slightly longer than expected with some very nervous Ukrainians. And here's the view. It's nice, isn't it? It's really nice.
There the chairs.
Yeah. That church is massive.
That's the Holy Trinity one, I think.
You can't miss it, can you? So, up to the fortress now.
Yeah.
Originally, the history of this fortress started somewhere in the 4th century. I think over time it's been rebuilt and destroyed and rebuilt, so most of it's I think somewhere from the 16th. But there is a little bit of wall somewhere from the 6th century. But it's done really well. It's managed to survive kind of attacks from, was it the Romans, the Mongols, I think, the Ottomans, I think, yeah. And it's still here now. The church has been completely rebuilt because it was destroyed in an earthquake in the 1800s. But it's really cool. Could go up that way, but it doesn't seem like the safest or most practical way to go. This morning we're on our way to go to the Holy Trinity Church. We've decided to walk. Just about 40 minutes from our hostel. But it's just nice to explore the neighbourhoods. Oh, it's nice in here. Ourselves a traditional Georgian sweet. This, when I first saw pictures of them I thought they were sausages, but actually they're nuts dipped in like a grape molasses thing. It's walnut. It's quite nice because it's not over sweet, and I thought it'd be really, really sweet. No, I think that's walnut. And I like walnuts, so I'm happy with this. Danny,
Yeah,
do you want a fact about the Holy Trinity Church?
if you've got one.
The fact that I have is that it's the third tallest Eastern Orthodox church in the world,
Nice.
and the other two are in Russia.
St. Petersburg and Moscow.
That's right.
I know these facts too.
This is the Marionette Theatre. But what we've specifically come to see is the Leaning Tower of Tbilisi, which is part of the theatre. And then at certain times of day, a little scene I think happens either up there or down there, showing life, so someone being born, someone getting married, and a funeral. So these mounds here, these domes, thank you, are the tops of the sulphur bathhouses. So underneath there are pools of sulphur where people go, and they're just like warm springs. But what's interesting is the name for Tbilisi comes from the word for warm place, and this is why. It's because Georgia is, I think it's somewhere on a fault line, isn't it? And so it has lots of different hot springs and stuff all over the place. And this happens to be one of them. We'd like to give it a go. If we can find one, we'll go for it, if it's within our price range. So this is our room. We've only paid 40 lari for this, which is about £12, which means this is one of the cheaper ones. If you pay more, you get really extravagant rooms and you get a hot pool and a cold pool. But what we've got is a hot pool and a cold shower and a massage slab. So hot pool, shower, oh, and a toilet. There we go. They say get changed, but what they actually mean is just get naked. Okay, let's get naked. So our hour's over in our little room. How was it for you?
Nice, refreshing.
It's really hot. I think because it's so hot outside as well, kind of makes it extra hot. But yeah, it is really nice. It's like a deep, deep hot bath. And then I also went for the body scrub. And I think I've never got anything to be embarrassed about ever again, because I was scrubbed down. I was like naked, scrubbed down by a 60-year-old Georgian woman.
Starco.
I was stark as, butt naked. And at first she like used a glove, like a, what's the word? Like it was a really textured glove to rub me down, like take layers of skin off. And then she used, basically it looked like a pillowcase but full of suds, and she whipped it about until it was full of air and then squeezed the suds out all over me and rubbed it into me. And then by the end I just felt so smooth. I felt like, yeah, like anything touches me it's just going to slide off. I felt like, yeah, waterproof forever.
Brand new baby.
Yeah. So that was an interesting experience, but it was quite nice. We've come to Stalin's underground printing museum, and I know someone who's excited. We've got the machine down there. Wow. It was a really interesting little place. So Stalin was in that building working there before he went to Russia, and it was a communist printing, it was basically propaganda, printing shop. But it was really well hidden. The police never knew it was there because it was underneath this building, disguised as a well.
Which they could fill up and drain.
That's the amazing thing. Yeah, if he said if anyone came to look, they would just flood it. They'd flood the whole space, and so then it just looks like it's the well. And nobody would know that the printing shop was there. And then above it, it was just a normal house, and so the people who were working in the printing house could just live there, which is why they had Stalin's old bed. Which we sat on. He did insist. Oh, you sure? Yes, sit on Stalin's bed. And he also gave us the gift of some Soviet communist newspapers as well. He's got a whole load of them. I'm guessing they're like reprints, yeah. But still, that's a nice gift. Yeah, just a very, very passionate man. It was very interesting. If you're not a museum person, it's not really that kind of museum. It's really, really interesting. Yeah, and if you don't speak Russian or Georgian, it's a bit hard, but it's super fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah.
The highest viewpoint in Tbilisi city right now. Today Danny and I are leaving Tbilisi, and we're doing something we've never done before. We're going to attempt to do something we've never done before. We're heading north to Kazbegi, and although it is really easy to get a bus, we are going to try and hitchhike over there, because we've heard it's really easy in Georgia. There's loads of friendly people who are happy to pick you up and take you, so we thought we'd give it a go. The buses themselves aren't expensive, so if we're not successful in a little while, then we can just head and get one of the buses. But I really wanted to try this. We're gonna give it a go. Just over an hour to get picked up with our hands up, but only one person has stopped to ask us where we're going, so we've decided to give up for now. We're going to go back to the bus station and get Martushka to where we're going. I think the conclusion we've come to is actually we're much too close to the centre of the city still. This isn't the last time we're going to try. We're going to try again.
This isn't the last time.
It's not the last. We're going to try again another time, but for today we're just going to call it quits, go back and get a bus, and that's okay. It wasn't really about the money. Yeah, and we'll just give it a go another day. Anything to add?
Nice.
Cool.
Keep going.
Keep going.